Hello, today we have a brand new information on REDSEC Season 2 of Ranked, which should be coming in Season 4 of the main game. That's going to get a little bit confusing. Anyway, based on our feedback, they've said they are making several changes to Battle Royale Ranked in Season 4, namely removing vehicle keycards, main battle tanks, and IFV. So there'll be no tanks in the ranked portion of REDSEC. There still will be in regular REDSEC, but no longer in ranked. It's going to be pure infantry gameplay, minus a few vehicles for getting around the map. They are also readjusting ranked points, earn rates, which is basically so how are you going to actually earn those points? Are you going to get more points for kills, less points for kills? We'll go all into depth in that further down in the blog post. They're adding features in season, such as stricter leave penalties. So if you are matchmaking with randoms and they are constantly leaving your games, they will get penalties for doing so. And also, Ranked Battle Royale will remain a Battlefield Labs in live experience as they try further changes, mainly to do with matchmaking. So let's get into it. Season 4 of REDSEC. So first things first, where are we going to start Season 4? Now that is based on your Season 3 ranking. So if you're unranked, obviously you'll be unranked for Season 4. Rookie, you're also in Rookie. Bronze, you'll be in Bronze. Now Silver, you will then be deranked. So it's sort of like a soft reset. You'll have seen this in other games. But from Silver, you go back to Bronze. Gold and Platinum, you'll go back to Silver 1. And Diamond and Master and the top 250 will be relegated to Gold 1. So Gold 1 is the highest you can start in Season 4 before you start climbing back up those ranks all the way to the elite top 250. One of the biggest changes in Season 4 is the fact that vehicle keycards, main battle tanks, and the IFV, the infantry fighting vehicles, are out of Ranked Battle Royale for Season 4. Mentioned this in the sort of the preload. This is the biggest change because Battlefield has always been about vehicles, jets, everything. But now, for ranked, it's purely infantry. This is raw skill, no RNG. Did we get a mission for a tank card? Did I get it out of a box? Did I kill a player for it? It's purely infantry warfare. So, like they say, while armored fighting vehicles are a critical facet of Battlefield's identity, we understand that competitive players prefer an experience more focused on infantry. Now this is very true, to be fair. There is still a home for these vehicles in the core Battle Royale experience, but in the upcoming season we are removing these vehicles, vehicle keycards and related missions, while we'll have internal conversations about how they can be balanced for ranked. Now this is a great change because it actually allows them to have time throughout the entirety of Season 4, Season 2 of Ranked, to figure out how they're going to implement them, because I would love tanks to be some sort of asset within a ranked match. But currently, if a good team does get hold of a tank and you don't have anything to do with it there and then, it's pretty much game over. And that can be just down to a lot of luck. And you say Battle Royale is about luck, but unfortunately in a ranked environment and a competitive environment, that can feel really poor. Battlefield have been studying the data and they have been showing that the players in the early ranks, the newcomers in Rookie and Bronze, are having a real tricky time to actually gain any RP by being crushed by better players or people that have been playing ranked just a little bit more than themselves. They say namely our placement, kill and assist values were too low to earn a considerable amount of RP, especially after our matchmaking changes to preserve match quality. Competitors were stalling in Rookie and Bronze due to a high placement threshold for additional RP. So this is more because you had to get in the top 15 to get any sort of placement. A lot of these Rookie and Bronze teams were just getting eliminated by higher ranked teams before they could actually gain any points. So even if they got a kill or two, they would only be gaining 20 RP or something, and they needed over 1,000. So it was putting a real stranglehold for them to actually make it anywhere up the rankings. Battlefield then goes on to mention that they are doubling the assist and kill cap from 4 to 8, meaning you'll earn full RP up to your 8th kill and 8th assist. Now this is a huge change. So before it used to be you get your 4 kills and any kill after that was half points. Now it's going to be doubled to 8 for both kills and assists, but this is where the drawback comes from. So instead of getting 50% extra on your 9th kill, it will only be 10%. So this is really negating the fact that you can then just farm the lobby as hard as you possibly can for some of those top elo players. And the 10%, so those kills after the 8th really not going to be worth it. So once you got your 8 kills, 8 assists, you're really going to be focusing on getting those wins and that placement point. So I feel like this is going to change ranked a little bit to be a bit slower and a bit more methodical, although I still feel like the top teams will still go for those extra 2 points a kill, 2 points assist, as they will add up for those top players. EA is saying that they want each ranked match to matter, hence why every match outside of Rookie has an entry cost of some RP. With our RP changes in mind, we are also increasing match entry across all ranks outside of Rookie, which obviously start at 0 RP, just to get you into ranked. So the RP cost change will substantially impact entries at Master and the Elite 250, which is what a lot of players have been wishing for at the upper echelons of the ranked ladder. However, this is now going to affect people in Bronze all the way up to Diamond and obviously Master and Elite top 250. So I'm wondering, how much is these RP going to cost for these lower ranks? Is it going to be really quite difficult for people to grind? Because season 1 of ranked was definitely a, hey, you play enough, you're eventually going to hit to Diamond and Master, even if you're a very low skill player. It's a time played leaderboard and a lot of people didn't like it. So I'm hoping with these new changes, people will have more negative games in their matchmaking pool, and it will actually separate the men from the boys, let's say. In Season 3, they released matchmaking for Ranked BR, and once you got to a certain rank, I think it was Gold at the very start of the season, you then could not find a game. This was because of their strict banned matchmaking, which was basically saying, I'm in Gold, I now can't matchmake against rookies. Now, the problem for this was, even if there was some bronze players, those bronze players were being match made against the rookies. So those bronze players that the gold players needed to play against, they couldn't find them in any matches. So gold players never found a match. This is why we currently have the system where the top 250 can play against any rank, which I don't necessarily agree with. I would prefer a priority matchmaking system. And how this works would be, I'm a top 250 player or a Masters player. Now I am in a priority queue, I'm the highest ranked player, I need a match. So if there is a diamond team going to try and find a game, I'm instantly put into that game with the top 250. If I'm in platinum, I'm getting put into that game with the top 250 until that game is filled. And then those players that are in platinum could then face against people in gold and silver, something like that. So if there isn't a team wanting to play against them or could play against them, that's when they get sucked in. But for now, it's sort of a free-for-all. I don't agree with it. Personally, I don't like playing against bronzes and silvers, and I'm sure bronzes and silvers don't like playing against me and my boys. So for Season 4, they're going to continue this, and hopefully for Season 5, they're going to change it back to that sort of stricter, more matchmaking system, but they need to get some more data. So for Season 4, guys, unfortunately, it will be a bit more of the same free-for-all matchmaking. Regardless of matchmaking, players will be allowed to squad up with those within 2 ranks of their current rank, i.e. Silver can play with fellow Silvers, reach out to Golds and Platinums, or carry along Rookies and Bronze. So nothing's actually changed here. This is exactly what it was like last season. Again, I think the weirdness comes from if I go in as a solo queue player and I'm Diamond, I can have Bronzes and Rookies on my team, which kind of doesn't really make sense, considering I couldn't actually party up with them. Let's say we have a very fun game, we want to play again next time, I actually can't play with them because the ranks are too different. Very, very weird sort of matchmaking here. This one's something for the solo queue lovers, stricter leave penalties. So serial quitters will basically be put on notice, and that is during Season 4 we will be implementing a cooldown mechanic for repeat quitters in addition to them losing all RP accrued when quitting a match. So even if you get a few kills, you're up 20 points, you rage quit, you actually get 0 points and you get charged your match entry fee. This penalty will prevent a serial quitter and a squad from playing ranked again until the timer expires. I imagine the timer will increase further and further the more that a player quits. Now, however, one thing I do want to say is when you play solo queue ranked, if a player leaves a match that isn't in your party, your entry fee is refunded. So you basically get a free game. So this isn't always a bad thing. If you go into a game with a -50 start, some Billy Bob Joe has left your team because he's died twice off rip, then your entry fee is actually refunded if he quits the game. Now, while they want to be stricter on leave penalties on top of encouraging our community to report inactive players via EA Connect, I don't know how you even think you can even do that, but sure, or people that are AFK or AFC away from controller. Look, this is a bit of a weird one. Yes, it's annoying, but up here they say in a future Season 4 update, all modes from Ranked Battle Royale to Battlefield 6 experiences will display an inactivity warning for AFK players before they are kicked, regardless of whether they are idle in-game or in a menu. This is a weird one because, like, are you going to get an inactivity warning for just being in the main menu? Like, you go to make a cup of tea and the game's like, yo, are you playing or not? It's a bit weird. In game, I kind of get it because you're taking up space on a team, and if the team's trying to push an objective, then having AFK or AFC players does not help at all. So a good change all in all. Beyond Season 4, we intend to expand our competitive Battlefield community with our future launch of Battlefield 6 Ranked multiplayer, as well as the eventual return of the REDSEC Elite Series. So they are doubling down that the Elite Series is coming back, but it says beyond Season 4. So this is Season 5. It looks like we're going to get the REDSEC Elite and Open Series, and it looks like also Battlefield 6 Ranked multiplayer will be coming. I don't know how many people have actually asked for that, on if it's actually going to be well received by the general Battlefield 6 community. I would try it. I don't think it's the #1 reason why you play multiplayer. I understand why we have a REDSEC Ranked, because Battle Royale is usually more competitive. But yeah, anyway, that is it for the Season 4 sort of update for Ranked REDSEC in a sense, and a little bit of Ranked multiplayer. They say thank you again for joining us on this journey. We look forward to continuing our conversation and stealing our dog tags. There is one dev I can't get his dog tags, and he really pisses me off. However, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below to REDSEC in general, 1, 2, or REDSEC Ranked as well. Let me know. I want to know how you guys are feeling. I'm a top 250 player, so I feel like I'm kind of biased. I do enjoy it, but I want to know how the general gaming player base of Ranked REDSEC, or even if you just play REDSEC in general and you dabble in Ranked, let me know how you get on with it. And guys, until next time, see you in a bit.